see you guys. Yay! We hope you don't mind being recorded, guys. And this is literally just for you to use. So who has a Healy here? Could you just open the chat? If you don't know where the chat is, if you just kind of scroll along the bottom. Hi, Fiona. So Fiona's from Aberdeenshire. She has a Healy. Kelly, I know, obviously I know Dina has a Healy. Rita, just pop in the chat. Where are you calling in from? It's just... and Kelly, welcome Kelly, nice to see you. Hey, hi Fiona, nice to see your face. Hi Florida, look at that, we have friends from across the pond. How does it get any better? Kelly, let us know where you're calling in from. Rita's in Manchester, lovely. Nottinghamshire, welcome, 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 welcome. So I'm just going to get this started. My name is Anita Wisdom and I have been, oh my goodness, a holistic healer, coach, transformational energy therapist for 30 odd years now. Okay, so, and I came across this beautiful Healy device 2000, so 18 months ago, let's just say that, and I haven't looked back. So Rita, you have a, am I right in thinking that you have a Healy? Fiona has a Healy. Does Kelly have a Healy? Do you have a Healy, Kelly? Just so that I know what to include in this call. That's the only reason I'm asking this question. Okay. So yeah, I wasn't even looking for a frequency device, and hey, yep, you do. So everybody has Healys here. Okay. So what we can do is we can use this call. It'll be recorded. We can use it for education purposes for you if you know that people are interested in Healy. And tonight we're going to focus on Bach flower remedies and talking about those. So I'm a holistic healer, as I've just said, and I'm working with children with ADHD, ADD, autism, some of them mute, and I'm finding the Healy invaluable with work with these children for especially the resonance module to get to the root of their issues. So if you're all familiar with Healy, I think we can start the presentation, Karen. Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight, is we're going to do a scan for the Bach flower remedies, and then we're going to walk you through a presentation of Bach flower remedies. And I'd like tonight to be interactive, to share what the scan comes up as, and then we're going to talk about it. So we're going to bring up the presentation of the Bach flower remedies and talk about them in a bit more in depth. How does that sound? Good. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, cool. And whilst Karen's getting the scan ready, because we're going to scan on screen, and if you've all got Healys, I'm assuming you don't mind being part of it, and Karen just adding it in and sending us all frequencies. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we got, okay, that's Karen's iPhone coming on. So I'm just going to share this, right, about flowers. Okay, about, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, I was walking in one of the National Trust properties with a friend of mine, and I said, Liz, the flowers are talking to me. And thank goodness she's kind of on my wavelength. And the flowers were telling me, I could hear the vibration of the flowers as a note, and then the flower would tell me what it heals. And depression, anxiety, this, that, and the other. Now, I didn't know the names of these flowers, guys. I could just hear their tone as I was walking past these flowers. And it's like I could hear, they were just telling me what they heal, okay? Before then, I really didn't pay much attention to Bach flower remedies and flower essences and things. But that was my own experience of, wow, you know, all of nature is willing to contribute. And I also know when I go out walking, I'm receiving the frequency and the energy of any flower that I'm walking by if I need it. I absolutely know this happens to us, guys. Okay, so might sound a bit far-fetched for some of you, and some of you will go, yeah, I get that, but that's true story. So Karen, are you going to share your screen and do a scan? So we're going to do a scan for the Bach flower remedies. and then we're going to walk you through a presentation and we're going to have a chat about them. Okay, so and everybody here has a Healy, so that's really cool.
It won't be a minute. I'm just trying to see if I can get this to share for some reason. It doesn't want to share.
Okay, and if it doesn't, because we've all got Healys, let's just see. What I just like you to pop in the chat. What experiences or what success stories have you had with Bach flowers? And it might be I don't really use them and I want to find out more, or have you been using them with really positive effect? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, because we might have time to share a few success stories, because we're all kind of on this journey together, aren't we, with Healy? And there's obviously so much. Oh my goodness, Fiona's only been using the flower essences for 30 years, so not much that she doesn't. She doesn't know about them. Dina says she doesn't really use them. Like to find out more. So what I've learned. Oh, here we are. What I've learned recently, guys, is it's suppressed emotions, but we're going to walk you through that. Okay, tonight. So here we go. Is everybody? Yeah.
We've managed to get it working. Right, so we're going to start off in the blue app, the Heal Advisor, and we're going to create a client. So tonight we're going to do it for the group. And if everyone's happy, I can take a photo of everybody, and then it's whatever this comes up for the group. Okay, and then we'll do the UK. I'll have to get that changed.
I like the sound effects.
I know, I was thinking that as well. I was like, I'll need to get that changed. So we'll do it as of today. And we're all in the UK apart from Dina. But she's part and parcel of us anyway. And we're going to perform the analysis now. So this is where we're going to the resonance, and let's get connected. So basically we're going to look at, so what do we have the greatest resonance with now? So this is with the Bach flower remedies. So the intention is for the whole group to actually be included in this, and is as a group, what resonance do we actually require? So we're going to start the analysis, scan the Bach flower remedies to see what we require as a group. Okay, so 60% is holly. So Fiona, maybe that's for you, your granddaughter Holly. So maybe she's joining us tonight. Then we have 56% cherry plum and 55% wild rose, 53% vervain, 53% water violet. So what we're not going to go into these just now. Anita's taken a note of the remedies there that are the top 5. So in the meantime, we're going to vibrate this into our system. So what we're going to do it for? We're going to do it for the 26 minutes 49. So while we're actually hearing more about what each of these flower remedies are, we're also getting that vibrated into our system. So we'll start with that, and that's it actually vibrating into our system. So this will carry on, and I'm going to stop the broadcast, and that will carry on while we're busy discussing what each of the remedies that have been brought up for us today. So I'm going to share the screen, and then Fiona, Anita, you can take it away.
Beautiful, thank you. So we all know about Healy, the beautiful little tool to support your health and well-being. Okay, so here we are, a little disclaimer if you're watching the recording. In the European Union and Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Healy is a medical device for the treatment of pain, in chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain and migraine, as well as for the supportive treatment of mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety and related sleep disorders. And actually, from the Frequency Experience Facebook page, we know that a lot of people have experienced a lot of success using Healy. Thank you. So look at this, beautiful Bach flower remedies. Okay, digital therapy, look at that. So Bach flower remedies, I mean, Fiona will know this, but those it was created by Dr. Edward Bach in the 1930s. Look at this guy. And they're used to encourage or support certain mental or emotional states. And so there's the clue that the Bach flower remedies, if it's a mental issue or an emotional issue that you're dealing with, and your client or you or somebody that you know, whoever you're scanning, and say you're doing all Healy programs, scan them for Bach flowers if you feel that it's mental and emotional for extra support. Okay, so each of the flower remedies is accompanied by an associated essential oil, gemstone and orchid. So these can be used in combination, but you don't have to. Okay, with the remedies or frequencies to boost the effect of the particular Bach flower remedy. So let's have a look at them. Okay, so Bach flower remedies are a collection of 38 homeopathic remedies created by Dr. Edward Bach. Each remedy is created from a single plant or flower, okay, and is associated with a specific emotional mental state. So the Bach flower remedy century, encourages assertiveness, while mustard helps one return to a state of joy. So if you know somebody that is really off balance mentally or emotionally, you can really, really support them with these frequencies, yeah? So where many of the materia medica, so that's the homeopathic remedies, that's more for physical, like inflammation, coughing, nausea. Bach flower remedies are emotional and spiritual and mental well-being, okay? So this is by design, as Dr. Bach theorized, that it is through stress, trauma, fear, conflict, worries, etc., that we get sick, and that by treating these emotional root causes, we can live happier, healthier lives. Cool. So what do I need to say here? Yes, so we have the 38 original Bach flower remedies, and then Rescue Remedy was created as well. So by scanning the Bach flower remedies, like we just done for the group, with the Healy database, we have received some insights into what's happening with all of us on a deeper level, yeah, especially regarding suppressed emotions. Isn't that amazing? So if something returns in the results with a high resonance and you don't recognize that particular need, consider it a suppressed emotion. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so I'm going to do these in order. Next slide, please, Karen. Thank you. Are you sending? Yeah. Here we go. So these are the 39 remedies. So tonight, just have a look at these guys. So we scanned for cherry plum, which is number 6. We scanned for 15, which is holly. These are the ones that came up in our scan. And then we had number 31 and number 34 and 37. So what I thought we'd do is, rather than go through every single slide and every single Bach flower remedy, I wanted to focus on these that we've scanned for and have a little interaction and see who recognises what in what's going on with them, okay? So thank you, Karen. Oh. Right, okay. So you might see that you've got the original Bach flower remedies, and then you've got Bach flower remedies too. And what they did is they've just made the wording more simple, for want of a better word. Okay, so I always use the Bach flower remedies 2 in my scans now. Did you use number 2 today, Karen, or the original one? She's muted.
I used actually the original one.
Cool.
And I think the difference between the two is that the first one, if we actually looked at the descriptions, it was looking more towards the therapist, you know, somebody who deals with the Bach flower remedies on a regular basis, who actually understands it, whereas the second one is mostly for the layman who doesn't really know much about it, and it's explaining it in more simpler terms.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, so this is just terminology, but that's just explaining what comes up on the Healy. Okay, so we're going to just scan through to number 6. Okay. Oh, yeah, number 6. Here we go. So cherry plum. Okay, be in control. Okay, so let's see if any of us resonate with this, and then we can pop it in the chat, or you can unmute yourselves, guys. So let us know whether you want to put it in the chat or unmute. Be in control. The Bach remedy, cherry plum, encourages the positive potential to find clarity in chaotic moments and to think rationally. Wow. In life, there may be hectic times when you feel like you might lose control. And during those times, extra support is vital to regain courage and start to see the lighter side. Stay cool, act rationally, and be in control. Well, I mean, I've been doing a million things at once. I've got 4 projects on the go, and I'm like, yeah, I recognize that in me. Hands up, show of hands, or pop it in the chat if this resonates with you. Yeah, Karen's feeling it. Yeah, yeah, Fiona's feeling it. Yeah, well, we've got 2 Fionas, so so we've got Fiona the Energizer and the other Fiona. So this is cool. So there's a few of us that can relate to that, and I think and remembering that this is the mental and emotional state that's creating the imbalance, isn't it? This is addressing the emotional states that we've all got going on, that's underlying why we're feeling, yeah, look at that, Rita wanting to be in control. Honestly, it's like, and how much of this is to do with the full moon eclipse that we've just had, and the intensity and everything else is that, you know, that's going on in our worlds. Yeah, and Kelly says she can relate as well. So this is so cool. Yeah, Scorpio moon. So so I think there's, you know, the majority of us are going, yes, I relate to that one. So let's have a look at the next one, which is,
And I just,
oh yeah,
Cynthia, it's actually interesting how the Healy has managed to pick us up as a group about how many of us want to be in control, and we're trying to manage so many different things. So it's, for me, it's like, how incredible is that? Out of all the people on the call tonight, and it's picked up that.
Yeah, yeah. So if we go to number 15, the next one's Holly. So let's see what's going on with Holly. Right. Oh, look at this beauty. Goodwill towards others. Yeah. So it encourages the positive potential to be generous-hearted without making demands. Wow. And it goes quite nicely with the previous one, doesn't it? Curb the tendency to be jealous and full of suspicion. Open your mind to others' lifestyles, oh my goodness, and needs without judgment. And look at that essential oil that accompanies this, guys, rose. And the rose essential oil I just equate with love, you know, and you've got your gemstone and orchid there. So hands up who wow, who's kind of like, you're going to be fairly honest with this one, aren't you? It's like, oh, have I got this going on in my world? Has anybody got this? Can anybody relate to this? No, show of hands.
I think it's also about, like Dina had posted in the chat there, instead of doing, start being, you know, and when we actually start to, you know, have a generous heart without looking at a judgment, looking for something in return, this is where Holly comes into it. So it's a case of, you know, we give, we give, we give, we do, instead of actually be.
And also remembering that if nobody relates, this is a suppressed emotion going on here. So Rita, you do the emotion code. Don't you do the emotion code as well?
Yes, I do. Yes, yeah.
There we go. So Rita and myself both do the emotion code, and it's like that releases the trapped emotion. So this is really interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holly's a good one, I think, because I'm trying to sort of see how does it relate to me. I think there's so many things just coming up recently about my own judgment of myself and how I compare to others, and I always see others as, God, you're so perfect, or, you know, we've really got it sorted in your life. And that's why the other one, wanting to be in control, is there's all these kind of you know, I'd like to be calm when I'm doing a session for people, but just this week, just this last few days, actually, probably because of this astrological thing that's going on, all these kind of tensions in my body, I'm much more aware of them. Before, you know, I would kind of just ignore them and say, right, well, I'll deal with that later. You know, and now it's sort of saying, no, you've just got to deal with it. So I'm feeling like I have to go and lie down before a session sometimes. And so I think that Holly thing as well is just really, I resonated with it, but again, it's like, oh, I don't really like to look at that. You know?
Oh, I love that. And the thing,
very relevant. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And the thing with the emotion code is you have to get into your heart and say a prayer and get the higher power coming through before you start, don't we? So it's kind of like,
get yourself
I
sorted.
love that. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. That's just awesome. Thank you.
I had a question.
I was going to talk about this, but go ahead.
Carry on. I'm letting you speak.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that I totally resonate with this where I am right now, like working with some cross-line team members. And we just been supporting each other, and I reached out to somebody else in the upline that's been supporting us, and there's been such goodwill across the board. It's like, I even posted it when I put in my business page, I put this meeting on right now. I put it in there. I said, you know, I spoke to how we have this beautiful quantum device that it tends to attract people with high consciousness. And across the board, we're seeing team members who have no financial relations to each other, linking arms and assisting each other because we just want to rise up. When one rises, we all rise. It's so this definitely resonates with that. I've been embodying it. I've been seeing it embodied in other people. It's been reflected back. Like, I feel this is a massive theme right now. It's really beautiful.
That's lovely. And also, you know, we've got the roadshow where we're all supporting each other, aren't we? We've got London, we've got Manchester, we've got Edinburgh, and we're one team, and it doesn't matter who's, where you're from. It's, I love that, Dina. Thank you. So our next one, we've got to scan through.
Hold on. Oh. Fiona's got a question.
I was just going to say, Holly is also to do with anger. It brings in the anger. So if you're feeling angry, this will come up for Holly as well.
Okay, cool.
She doesn't say too much about there, but it is the remedy for if you're feeling angry as well as all those other emotions, which fits into that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Feeling jealous and suspicious of things that are going on.
Cool, thank you. Yay. Okay, so number 31 is our next one. I mean, look at all these beautiful remedies we've got, guys. Isn't that just amazing? Verben. Oh, look at this. Now, I am so lapping this up. Look at that. Relax and calm. Encourages the positive potential of serenity, wisdom, and tolerance. Oh, Remain enthusiastic towards the world around you while not imposing your views on others. Well, I feel like I could just like step into that flower and so does anybody else relate to this?
Yes, for me.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's part of the being too, like being in that space and allowing it, like when you're allowing, for me right now, just allowing spirit, I keep asking my higher self, like fully embody, like fully anchor as much as you can in this dimension, come on down, around and in, and let me just be, right? And even today I was thinking about getting something done and I'm like, you don't have to keep doing, Dina. Like you're asking, allow them to bring it to you. It doesn't mean I sit on my butt and not like reach out and do things, but I don't have to be so aggressive or so like I have to do like 15 things to get one thing done. It doesn't work like that, you know? So the more I drop into this, the more things just kind of pop in. Yeah, these are beautiful.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. And you know, if you've got a lot of projects on the go, and if it's just that time to remember this and scan yourself for the Bach flower remedies and just receive them. Wow, beautiful. Thank you. So the next one the group scan for is 34. Water violet. Oh, connect with others. Wow, I can look at that flower and just step into it. Encourages the positive potential to find warmer relationships with others in a calm, relatable way. Allow yourself to reach out and connect with others. Cultivate and connect with the people that surround you. Is anybody relating to this?
Is that not what we've just done?
Yeah.
With us all coming as a group together, we've reached out, come on board, come and listen, come and see what you can learn tonight. So yeah, it's about, you know, like some of the others had, it was about a collaboration, everybody coming together, and we're actually all working for the same thing. We're working that everybody gets the same thing. It's not like I'm better than you, you're better than me. There's none of that. It's about a collaboration, getting everybody together to raise everybody up, raise their vibration, and have a better being, a better time. And that's what that says for me.
I can just feel the frequency of it. I'm just like, oh my goodness, that's just amazing. Love that one. Oh, and our final one tonight, ladies, is 37, Wild Rose.
Kelly, did you have something to share?
Oh, did I press something?
We can see you now.
I was sorting the dog out before, that's why I was slow to make my replies because I had to sort the dog out. Actually, yes, I do to the last two because I'm playing catch up and getting on board with the momentum for Manchester and for you guys as well. So if I know anybody anywhere else in the UK. And I watched your introduction to the roadshow on Abby's Heal Avalon this afternoon because I hadn't seen it. I was away on holiday at the time. And it just really got me into the, you know, getting into the vibe so I can get my people into the vibe. And what I thought about the last flower, which I can't remember what it was now, was it's hard not to be so excited and want to tell everybody how exciting this world is, but still remain calm and serene so that you don't sound and look like a lunatic because you're trying to impart this exciting information.
Beautiful. Love that. That's lovely. Thank you for sharing. So Wild Rose, show enthusiasm. The Bach flower remedy Wild Rose encourages the positive potential for enthusiasm and a lively interest in life. Reignite your passion for life and find enthusiasm for the world in general, work and those you care about. Take initiative and make some changes. Wow, now that's a call to action. That's like a bit different to all of the other, which is all about, you know, relating and connecting. And this one is like about taking the initiative and make some changes. Isn't that interesting? Who relates to this one, guys?
I do.
Dina?
I was just saying I relate, and then I was looking at the essential oil. I'm like, oh, I have grapefruit next to me.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Yeah, isn't that nice? So, you know, you can look at yourself and just think, okay, so where am I really lacking enthusiasm? You know, what are these thoughts that are going on in the background in my head? You know, and give yourself a dose of this frequency a few times a day. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, and for those around you, yeah, you could put your we have a Healy coil that creates the space around you. That's a beautiful frequency to put on, isn't it? Wild Rose. Yeah, so that's so cool. It's beautiful. Okay, so those are our frequencies.
This actually just really, you know, for us to finish off on this particular, you know, essence, it's a case of this just gives you the bit of a push for the roadshow. And it was like, how did the Healy know about this roadshow? How did the Healy know that we need a bit of a push? We need to get everybody together. Come on, let's get going.
Yeah, and
do you know what I think is important as well? You know, and is you know, the underlying reason when you have changes to make. And one really motivating thing is that you care about people, and then you kind of, once you get that as your why, you know, why you're doing it is because for the greater kind of greater cause almost, then it kind of, you get yourself out of the way, don't you? And you stop sort of worrying about your own kind of failings, or, you know, your own inadequacies. And then if you look at that flower, it's so gorgeous, it's so beautiful and simple, and it just doesn't do anything. It just is gorgeous. And like flowers, they just don't have to do anything. They just turn up, and they're just natural and God-given, or they're from the universe or whatever. And that's what I think is so good about this last one. Be enthusiastic, because it's not really about me. It's not about me. It's about everybody else, really. So that's what I'm taking from that, which it gives you a bit of courage then to go out and do this.
It's about a theme as well, because, you know, like Dana said, you've said, Rita, as well, it's about being. The flower doesn't do anything per se. It just be, you know,
yeah,
there, it's available, it's opening up for the bee to come and pollinate, to look at that flower and look at all that pollen that's in it, you know, and it's just open. It's there for the bee to come in as and when it requires. And this is so apt, because this is also what the roadshow is about, you know, opening it up and letting people come and try, you know, see what it's about. What does, you know, the Healy do? Look at these frequencies. We never programmed this in for tonight. This is just the energy that was required for us as a group, and look what it's produced. You know, absolutely amazing. So,
and can I just ask, does anybody feel a bit different than they did 20 minutes ago when we put these frequencies on at the beginning of the call? Because I certainly feel different. Does anybody else feel different?
I do. I feel a little bit lighter, and I almost feel like, it's so funny, I can feel the frequency sometimes. Like I feel buzzing around my arms, like a palpable frequency, like a vibration.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm feeling it in my heart. I feel kind of quite effervescent. And I was thinking about the dog, because she's quite poorly at the moment. I met an old friend of mine on Monday who could put me in touch with an animal healer. She's been having loads of frequencies from me and Flower Remedies, actually. And so that's what I was quickly doing just at the beginning of at the top end of the call, and sending a photo. So yeah, I feel more calm, I have to say.
Me too.
I wonder how your dog actually feels with that, with us running that, because also that they pick up. I mean, my dog's lying here, she's fast asleep, snoring her head off.
Yeah.
You know, but what do they actually take on? You
She
know?
walks away when she's had enough, Karen,
Yeah.
because I've got the NES as well. So I'll have a My Health on Heart, or I'll have whatever's got, you know, whatever I feel. And she just walks away when she's had enough. So she's quite attuned to everything.
Fabulous.
Yeah, but I have to say I've been stressed for quite some time since I had some news from the vet. So yeah, the flowers have really helped. I love the flowers anyway.
Excellent. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing, Kaylee.
Beautiful. I mean, I definitely feel more balanced and calm because I've been that, then that, then that, and all these different projects, and it's like, I feel like I've taken a chill pill and just like, how lovely. Yeah, look at that. This is the rescue remedy, which is fabulous. I mean, I always used to have a little thing of this in my handbag, especially when I had my children around. Now they're kind of adults. So that's kind of like, are there any questions on, hey, look at that. I didn't even know this slide was coming up. Oh my goodness. Are there any questions, ladies? You can just unmute yourself if you have a question. What's this? So Fiona says, I've been yawning since you did these. Cool. That's your way of releasing energy, isn't it, Fee? And look at the kind of day you've had, love. So, you know, that's so awesome. Honestly, it's just so beautiful. Imagine if the whole world was just running these frequencies and supporting themselves and their questions. So here we go. This is the action. Yes. So frequency experience. Do you want me to put them in the chat? Do you want me to put the links in the chat? Because then you can copy and, I can't from here. Okay. So London, 21st of June, Camden Lock, which is, it's going to be such a beautiful day. Well, such a beautiful evening. It's 6 to 9 p.m. Okay. So it's the 21st of June. Manchester's the 23rd of June, 2 to 5 p.m. And Edinburgh is the 25th of June, 2 to 5 p.m. So what we'd love you to do is, with that spirit of Rita and that love in your heart, share this this information on the frequency experience. Even if you don't live near them and you're not going to be with them, bring them along because we're going to look after them. This is a very heart-centered set of experiences in the roadshow, where the primary energy is love, caring and sharing. Okay, that's what we're there for. And there's no substitute for trying something out, guys. You can be on a Zoom, you can listen to calls. If you haven't had those frequencies on you, you don't know what we're talking about. And so that's why we put on these the Frequency Roadshow, because we have a desire to get a Healy in every home in the UK, and Marcus Schmieke, it's 100 million Healys throughout the world, because that's going to raise the frequency of the planet. So it's not just you, it's the collective as well, isn't it? So invite, start thinking, oh, who could I invite? Maybe everybody on this call tomorrow could just invite 3 people, or just mention it and then just say, who do you know that might be looking for this? Yeah. Do you want to add anything, Karen?
No, I think you've
Great.
wrapped it up in a nutshell.
Have the frequencies stopped?
They're just about to now.
Cool. So there we go. Are there any last questions, guys? Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed this. There will be a recording of this. If you want to just send this to anybody that you know might be interested in finding out about the Healy or Bach flower remedies with the Healy, then we're going to make this available. So just let us know. And yeah, see if you can get yourself to the roadshows, book your tickets, and share that from the heart. Yeah, from the heart. So thank you. I've really enjoyed tonight. That's just been, I feel so chilled. I'm just like, whoa, that was just amazing.
Just what we needed, I think. So brilliant. Thank you.
I think so. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Thank you. And I can say from being at 2 big events with Healy, when the people have their Heelys going on in the same room, and there's an event where people are speaking and there's music and there's energy, and we're all like connecting and learning about the frequencies, and new people are getting to try them. It's so powerful. It's like beyond, you know, when was it Kelly that you said you felt like effervescence? That's kind of what I felt in my arms. It's like that times like 100. So definitely you get your friends and family, they want to know what this is, let them know. I mean, 15 pounds is nothing for like 3 hours of an amazing event in 3 different cities in the United Kingdom. It's going to be phenomenal. And the weather should be really good.